Favourite costume? Oh, well, darling, you know, I've played the game so many times. It's so difficult. I have such an extensive wardrobe, and there are so many.
Nancy Lord, God rest her soul, was our wonderful seamstress and wardrobe mistress for many years. And she made me this most beautiful um, kind of Renaissance looking dress. I had a big old powdered wig on, and that was custom. That dress was custom made by Nancy. And also in the Three Musketeers, I played Queen Anne, and um, yeah, that was a dress that she'd made, and it was just fabulous. You know, everybody commented on it, and again made for me. So yeah, we're very privileged in those days, weren't we?
Oh yes. Well, when we did the musicals in Banbury, Nancy always made us absolutely fantastic clothes. I mean, everybody would come round and see what you're wearing this year, you know. And it usually was sexy and that. And the costumes are really quite.
Yeah. One day Nancy rang me and said, I've got another dress. I had 10 changes in Mary Lloyd, which was very hard work. I liked the rehearsals, but not the show so much because I seemed to be getting undressed and dressed all the time. And she told me to go up, and I tried this dress on, and she'd made it, I was a lot slimmer. She made this lovely black dress with a strap there, but also a strap off the shoulder as well. It's probably still around. I've seen it many, many times since, but I said, oh God, I feel like Diana. It was just lovely. That's my very favourite.
We did The Sound of Music, where we were dressed in costume, and Nancy went and got the proper dresses and designs and everything. And so Lynden Players were, you know, proper dresses.
All the nuns were properly
But
dressed.
then I was a pregnant nun, and I didn't know I was pregnant, neither did he, of course, because he was anywhere you were going to mention in the world, you know. And so that was a bit of a comedy.
Well, the tap dancing cow was a good one because I felt really camouflaged in that, so that was great, although it was extremely hot. I liked the tar, and I liked being some posh ladies because I'm far from that really. That's not my sort of thing because I'm not posh at all.
I really liked Lady Bracknell's costume. I had the hats and the fur beaver stole, which I mean it had its own jokes. I really liked the costumes for that.
And my favourite costume was the costume where we revealed the castle, so the bright green costume that we had. That was my favourite. I also did enjoy wearing my palace guard outfit. That was pretty cool.
Dora Bailey in Singing in the Rain. She was the social columnist or something, wasn't she? Quite a big part. Costumes were stunning for me in that. Yeah, it was memorable costume for me.
I think our answers are both exactly the same for different reasons.
Which one?
I love my belly dancing outfit. It's just come out again and again and again, and I love any opportunity to wear it. But I think you hated yours.
No, I hated when I was told I was going to be a belly dancer because everyone roared with laughter. I thought, oh my God. But actually I embraced the challenge, and I even put a jewel in my belly button. So but my least favourite costume would have been the Gruffalo because it was really hot, and someone in the dress rehearsal told me that my chin could be seen, so I had to have the entire bottom half of my face painted brown, which was most unpleasant because obviously I was covered head to toe in fur, and I couldn't really see either because it didn't have any eye holes, so to see where I was going I had to look through the mouth, which was
I'm looking forward to the stage actually.
For me, I remember, and it was in my very, very early days, we did the Three Musketeers panto, and the absolute privilege of being able to wear custom-made dresses made to fit me by, you know, created by our very own members of the society with their fantastic skills. That was just, I think I didn't really know what to expect, and out of any of the theatre groups, the craftsmanship that goes into the costumes at Lynden Players is absolutely second to none.
Absolutely, yeah.
Those beautiful ball gowns, you know, as the era that the Musketeers is set in, big old bustles and the beautiful silks and the colours. That was beautiful.
And it was a berry, tartan berry, and just what WI people in those days wore, you know, the long straight skirt and the laced up shoes and all that sort of thing. So it made the character before you actually started acting. So it was quite funny, and I loved it.
My favourite costume that I made of all time, believe it or not, was the Rapping Granny Fairy. I did the pink floaty dress for Maggie.
I did Fagin's coat, which I made it very, you know, made it, and then I had to like make it look like it had been knocking round the East End for 20 years. So I remember having to like make it look, make it and then make it look like a mess. So kind of boot polish and stuff on it.
But again, I come back to Oliver. Fagin has to be the best costume, not just the costume, but in conjunction with stage and makeup, because between costumes, Kim, Jenny Tustin, I was unrecognisable. And as an actor, if you're unrecognisable, it's amazing because people don't see you, they only see the character. And I will be eternally grateful for that opportunity.
It was just very pink, and I really liked that. And it was the first outing of my panto boots as well that I got especially for that I think have been now in every single panto I've ever been in with the panto boots. Apart from last year's, they weren't in last year's, but I lent them to somebody else. And my leather panto leggings as well. So I think that they sort of the inaugural outing for those. And yeah, I had a pirate hat and a sword and an I had like lots of like pink jewels that I had, and that was great. But my lion outfit was also very good, even though my hair kept getting stuck in it.
I quite liked when we were all fairies as well.
Yeah,
They were nice costumes. I was Fairy Snow.
I was Fairy Corny.
And Nancy was a fairy and Audrey was a fairy.
I don't know what they were.
Well, I can't think what show that was.
I've
We were all
got some
fairies.
photos of the fairies. Yeah,
And that was a fun show too.
it was.
What I really like is when we've made costumes and then they come out again. So I made all the musketeer like tabards and cloaks. They've come out. I've worn them in number of shows. We just put different things on the front, and we get stuff out and use it again. And it's really lovely. I deliberately write parts in so I can reuse a costume. You know, I've stuck a mermaid in somewhere in a forest, so we could use the mermaid outfit.
The Rinchell Theatre Company, we have some brilliant resources, really.
Little Middleton Village Hall.
Yeah, exactly.
Wearing
Yeah.
costumes good enough for Bridgerton.
Absolutely. And I remember one person that came to watch Jekyll that we did, his name was Andrew Jenner something or another, and he owned a costume hire place in Warwick or Leamington, somewhere like that. And he commented that it was worthy of a West End show. The set, the costumes, the acting, the whole show was West End grade. And I think that's down to the fact that every detail was covered to make it look as period authentic as possible, with the costumes and everything, wasn't it? It was really good. Us with our old corsets on.
So when I directed, I can't remember which one it was, a panto, Actually, I think it might have been Dracula. Lisa Nichols very kindly did the costume direction, and her brother Alex was the Dane that year, and he had some fabulous outfits. But there was this like one, and he had like a series of top hats that all had lots of different like toppers on. I think those are probably my favourite costumes, just because the styling of the Dane was so different to anything we'd done before, and it just made it very unique and interesting.
A lot of the costumes from The King and I loved. Particular happy memories because my mum did a lot of them with me. So that brings back memories of her, how we worked together on it. I mean, it was an enormous task, directing as well. I don't know how actually I managed that because I was working full time, but it was a labour of love and they were amazing.
I think my favourite, hands down, has got to be my King James outfit from Plot, because I had my crown, I had my fur cloak, I had my my little cup with the face on it, and of course I had my famous sceptre, modelled on God knows who. But which I'm very proud to wield that sceptre every night. So yeah, that's my absolute favourite. But then there's the Dame outfits from Hood, my Brittany outfit, and I think and my Ernest outfits as well, the Victorian outfits, because I wore them to work the next day.
But I just like dressing up. Yeah, so I don't mind as long as they're not too revealing, because the body ain't what it was.
I mean, that's another thing Max got very involved in, is making various, I don't know, heads and stuff.
Yeah, I made lots of stuff over the years. I remember, I don't know what production it was, but out of paper mache I made a cow's head, a horse's head. I made loads of things, and then they refused to wear them.
My very first costume as Friar Tuck will always have memories, because I was a skinny 22-year-old, and I remember Nancy wrapping this eiderdown around me and then strapping him in with belts and then putting the costume on top to make me a very fat Friar Tuck. She couldn't adjust the face though, because I was fat here with the little skinny face. But that will always have memories, because it was the very first thing I'd ever done on stage in my life.
There's been lots of occasions. I remember David Connor's wig in The Importance of Being Earnest. None of us were expecting it, and at dress rehearsal he appeared with this incredible wig, and just shut the show, just shut it down while we all cried with laughter.
I can remember somebody's, I think it was 42nd Street, they were doing the dance routine, you know, where they all come on together and they were wearing little waistcoats, and one of the girls has burst open. And they'd carry on.
Oh, I wouldn't say it was a favourite, but yeah, when I was a witch, Kim had made a fake nose to put on for Wicked Witch of the West, and that was interesting. And having to drink my cups of tea with a straw.
It looked great. It looked so amazing.
Because I couldn't, my nose would just end up being in my cup. I was there for a while, being sprayed green, and then stuck to glue.
I remember doing the Seven Dwarfs in Hood for the little kids, and we put their names on the back, whatever we'd, like stupid like dwarf names, and then one of them was just called Gary.
Oh yeah.
I remember doing the Seven Dwarfs in Hood for the little kids, and we put their names on the back.